Jason Barnes here with Fluidity Business Solutions. In this automation short, I'm going to show you how automation can help you with content sorting and migration. One of the questions I get asked the most is whether it is possible to use a workflow to sort files and move them to multiple teams and/or channels. Usually an organization is adopting Teams as their collaborative platform and they are looking to migrate content from its old location. Or they have a document repository where reports are being exported to and they need to distribute those reports from the source location to varying channels and teams. A lot of these requests come with specific requirements where the workflow would need to be able to read the file names and know where to copy the files based on specific department, report type, etc. This can be as simple or as complex as you need it to be, but in this example I'm going to show you a fairly common use case. Every week a set of reports are being exported from another legacy system and dropped off into a SharePoint site repository. Inside that weekly folder are files that apply to specific cost centers, as well as combined reports for the whole department, or pod in this case. If we take a look in Teams, we can see that there are 3 teams for each pod, and each pod can have multiple channels representing the individual cost centers. The report files in the source location need to be moved to Microsoft Teams based on the pod and/or the cost center. For example, 1001 FlashReport.doc needs to be moved to pod 1 under the Files tab for the channel labeled 1001 Fitch. Additionally, the file name Flash 2002 10 pod 1 needs to go to the Files tab under the General channel since the file is being shared across the entire pod/department. All the user needs to do is click on the folder containing the report files, click on the menu button to the right of the folder name, choose Automate, and select the appropriate workflow. The user is prompted with a confirmation pop-up where they click Run Workflow, and once clicked, we get a confirmation that the flow is indeed started. Using Microsoft Power Automate, I have created a flow that behind the scenes will take these 5 files, sort them, and move them to the correct location in Teams based on the necessary business logic. Now, depending on the number of files, the size of the files, and all the business logic that needs to be evaluated, the time in which the flow completes will vary, but this particular example should take roughly 2 minutes. So if we head back to Teams, we should start to see the files appear on the Files tab of each channel. The files are processed in the order they are stored in the source location, so if we click on the channel labeled 1001 Fitch and click on the Files tab, we can see that the report file with the specific corresponding cost center appears. Likewise, if we click on the General channel for, say, Pod 2, we can see the appropriate report for the whole pod itself has also been copied over. This is just one of many examples of how a manual process can be automated, allowing your team to save time, which is money, limit mistakes, which cost money, ensure data integrity, and get your business running more fluidly. Thank you for watching.